Viva, miss tomorrow.
Viva! There you go.
Very well
Right
said.
on. A strong finish.
Good
7:13.
things coming, Chris.
Let's go stay in the KUM News Zoom room and bring on Mayor Jesse Alig, the Mayor's Council of Guam president. El Presidente.
Off a day. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mayor. How's it?
It's going good. It's still hot on Guam, like you said. It's 86, but it feels like 106.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
A very wise man once said.
Weekend.
A very wise man once said. What was it again? Might Guam is hot.
I wonder what his name is.
Did you hear Sabrina's eye roll? I don't know if her mic picked that up there. But
Yep, all the way down here in PD, I heard it.
What's going on down there in your neck of the jungle, man?
We had a community cleanup on Saturday, and if it was 86 on Saturday, I'm not sure. It really felt like 206.
Wow. So the water bottles were melting as you picked them up, huh? That's how hot.
Nah, we'll calm them.
Mayor, so what's going on? I guess we'll just start in your neck of the jungle in PT, and then maybe just round robin on some Mayor's Council issues.
Well, in PD, we're working on our food box distribution this week, like most mayors, and we're just kind of hoping that we're appreciative of the partnership really with Pacific Unlimited and the USDA. I know that there's still many families in need of these food commodities and the food boxes, and we get calls every week about them. So residents can always call their mayor's office if they're in need, and if their mayor of their district is up for distribution, they can avail of those food items. There's two there by now. We're already a year into this, so I'm sure everybody knows that there's two types of food distribution: the commodities, which is the dry goods, and then the food boxes, which is the produce and the chilled items. And what's good is that the people are using both types of bags. So that's going on. We do have other villages started last week, and then the remaining will finish this week, and then we'll look forward to the next one. I believe next month will be the food commodities, so it'll be the dry goods.
So this week is some perishable items.
That's correct. The chilled items and the frozen items will be this week for most villages.
What day is that, Mayor?
Well, every day this week there's different villages. For PD, it's going to be on Thursday. Yeah, so just call your mayor's office to get information. Or most mayors have some type of communication with their community, so hopefully they get that information out.
Mayor, a lot of talk has been going on about this sole source and emergency purchase list that the chief procurement officer released last week. What about the Mayor's Council? Do you guys do sole source and emergency procurement? And if so, would it have shown up in that report that was filed with the legislature?
No, we did not for COVID. We got 3 price quotations or three purchase orders for PPEs that we initially paid for, and that was evened out. The way we do it in the Mayor's Council is if we're going to go to one vendor, then we use 3 types of vendors that sell PPEs, and we give the same amount to each vendor. And once you've exhausted that purchase order from a particular vendor, you'd have to exhaust all the other remaining vendors before we reissue purchase orders for the same type of purchase for the same types of items.
I'm sorry. So your new president, did you at any time look over the way things used to be done? Is anything being tightened up, or is it the business as usual?
Well, yeah, we're trying to control our spending because we don't need a lot of donations we're pouring in to the mayors. And so instead of having to purchase PPEs, we gladly and welcomed those donations from the different organizations that were trying to help us out. So we received, at our last meeting, we recognized those vendors and those companies that offered their donations to us as a council through COVID. So we're really appreciative of that. We didn't spend too much on PPEs through COVID because of course we had a lot of aid through Guam Homeland Security and through the governor's office. So we were definitely fortunate in that.
What's the update on the stray animal roundup? So guys, if you didn't know, maybe you've seen it in your village. I know they started in Santa Rita, but the rounding up stray dogs, stray cats, and even, yes, stray chickens.
Yeah, stray chickens and pigs. So the good thing is that we're finding more residents wanting to catch pigs as a recreation. So bless their hearts, but at the same time, be careful because not all the pigs are they carry disease. So that's really a big deal for us. And so I know with USDA we continue to work with them. With a stray animal, with the dogs and the cats, yes, the mayors continue to do the roundup, and we'll always get the naysayers on the roundup. But we just got to do something. And so on top of that, though, that's the short-term solution, like I've always talked about, and the long-term solution we continue. Last week, we actually had a good conversation with a professor from Cornell University, and with agriculture and Senator Rigel's office, and that hopefully will get us closer to a spay and neutering program. And of course, there's the professor offered some options on what he has done in other places, other countries with the same type of problem. And so I was hopeful. I really just listened to what he had to say, and I was glad that agriculture and Senator Rigel's office were interested in pursuing that, because really, again, the responsibility lies with the Department of Agriculture. And so in working with them, I'm hoping that we'll finally get to a spay and neutering program soon enough. Of course, there's different facets to that, right? An actual full-time veterinarian, all about licensure. There's some other issues with licensure, with visiting vets, and so on and so forth. And then I know this professor had some programs that he's had where he brought to particular regions some student vets. And of course, everything comes with a price tag, right? So it's all about money in the end. But I'm hopeful that we're getting closer to something. The good thing about it is we continue to talk about solutions, and we continue to get closer, even if it's one step at a time. We're getting closer to a long-term solution.
Right.
Mayor, you were on. Good morning. You were on the show last week, and you did mention that there wasn't going to be any liberation parade or carnival that you guys are planning. But I'm just curious: is there going to be any effort to have a casino?
Yeah, Mayor.
Not on my end, that's for sure.
Okay. But
I say that positively because I'm not a casino operator, and I'm not through the Mayor's Council of Guam.
Have you heard anything about that possibility?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not, and I would hope that we would have a carnival over gambling, but I don't believe there will be.
Right.
I don't think the governor's changed their stance on the carnival or the parade as well.
Right.
Okay.
I mean,
I was just curious.
Yeah, she's just curious.
Because that building's still there.
It is.
Yeah, it's still there. It's
and it's always been every year. The Mayor's Council has always been like, we can't have a carnival without a casino.
Well, that's why I am a firm believer that the mayors do great work, and event planning like that is not part of our job description.
Yeah.
And of course, I may have colleagues that might disagree with me, but at the same time, there are people that are paid big bucks to do this type of coordination and do this type of planning, and I believe that it should go to that entity or to those organizations, because we have a handful of work on our end.
Right. I mean, I can see the village level events, right, Mayor? Like your Mango Festival, or your Coconut Festival, or the Doni Festival. But you're right, something that is kind of like island wide, like the Liberation Day Carnival. I mean, I feel for you guys because you've been putting this on, and people hate on it, and I mean, you guys just kind of make the most of what you get, and then this whole gambling thing just puts this taint on it that.
And things have changed, guys. Things really have changed through the years. I mean, when I was young, the carnival was a big deal, and I remember going to my parents tugging us along, and we're going to this pay red. That was interesting.
Yeah.
But that was in the 80s, and this is 2000, year 2000, And children, teens, perhaps families, they're probably not really interested in something like that anymore.
Too
And
bad,
so,
because that was the wholesome family values that we had back then. Was
yeah, but I mean, we
playing
kind of have to take a look
pay red with
at
our
what
family.
we have to take a look at what people want. I mean, and perhaps if we've tried it with gambling and there still wasn't a large crowd, is that what the people want? I mean, sometimes we have to, instead of just doing what's traditional, I think we have to take a look at what our people are looking for and what our people are interested in doing.
What do you think
And
they're interested in doing?
well, if you take a look at the Guam Micronesian Island Fair, there's I go to that all the time,
Yeah.
and there's always a crowd there. I never see it dead, but there's no gambling. And so, what is it that the Guam Micronesian Island Fair has that the Liberation Carnival doesn't have? What's the appeal? I don't know, but I'm just saying that perhaps it's not, perhaps it needs to be changed up in some way. But then again, that goes back to the point that the mayors probably can do a better job doing something else other than coordinating a carnival.
Right. Have you heard if there was going to be a Guam Micronesia Island Fair this year?
No, I have not. I could check with our GBB rep, but I have not heard.
I wonder.
What about any updates on the American Rescue Plan? Anything?
How much are you guys getting, Mayor?
I don't have a dollar amount, but we're certainly working on some plans. We are working with the lieutenant governor on hopefully on a summer and an after school program that will be sustainable. I think for a lot of us, that's our biggest concern, is something that's sustainable, right? We don't want to just operate it for 1 year and then what happens to the subsequent years. I mean, yes, you might have a large chunk of money now, but we need to make sure that it is sustained and that all the villages can participate and all the villages can actually coordinate them. So yes, there is a large sum of money for that, and we're really working on it, but we don't have any solid plans yet, and we're hoping to start by the summer for sure, and that's from that.
We had a comment here, Mayor Jesse. Is there a way to call out Manila Mayor? He needs to get some street light on the main highway. I almost got hit because some cars have an issue. They can't turn on their headlights. And anyway, check see Mayor Al, what are we doing? Because I remember it seems like every couple months a pedestrian dies on that stretch of road in Manila. And every couple months we get the mayor coming out and talking about, hey, we need crosswalks. Hey, we need this. Hey, we need that. So where are we on that? I mean, I know it's not your village, but as a president, I'm sure you have, your finger on the pulse of it.
Right. So of course, it's the same story on the street lights, but I'm sure we can work something out with GPA and DPW. I'll speak with Mayor Allen on it. I don't know what his current plans are, but I do know that streetlight requests or new streetlight requests coming from the mayor's offices are not actually being entertained because of the funding, right? And it belongs really to DPW, because DPW is the actual customer of GPA when it comes to streetlights.
Let me ask you that, since we're talking about DPW, do you think any of this 610?
We don't even know anymore.
Yeah.
The governor said that 660 is looking more like 610.
Yeah, that's because you guys all want the money, and so
plan.
now Auntie Lulubelle's like, oh no, it's not 661 million, it's only 610, and it's going lower by the minute, the more you guys ask. But Mayor, what?
I don't know what DPW is getting, but I certainly hope that DPW gets a large chunk of it, because they really are our backbone,
right,
when it comes to the communities.
That's what I was going to say. Is a friend of mine was saying how much of this 600 whatever million dollars is going to go to like road repair and I mean the secondary streets, the main road, the street lights that they don't have any funding for. Or is it just going to go to friends and family?
Well, we're certainly going to be on that. I mean, we always communicate with DPW, or at least I do. So we'll definitely make sure that there is a plan. There are plans for street repair. We just need to make sure that we follow through with it.
Yeah, I thought years ago, like mayors had submitted like a list of roads in their villages and not the main roads, but the secondary roads for repairs. And I don't even know whatever happened to that list and whether or not any of those repairs have ever been made. Got to pull that up. It was like several legislatures ago.
Yeah, Vince Ariola knows he's mentioned it several times to us that they're working on it. So hopefully this money will expedite that process.
Where's this list? Can we get this list?
I don't have the list, but we can probably get it from DPW.
Okay. And so this list, it is an old list, right?
Correct.
Okay. And so now Vince is like, we're actually going to work on it?
Yeah, the last time that we met with him and the governor, maybe 2 months ago, that was something that was brought up, and he did in front of everyone that they were working on it, and he does have the same list that all the villages submitted.
Yeah.
For repair.
Glenn comments in DPW needs roads to be fixed, most especially in Maimai, Chalampago, and other critical streets throughout the island. Yeah, that road is old. Maimai, Lecce, bro. My Uncle Phil used to stay way the hell in there, and I went through there a couple times recently just to stroll by DOC and check if anyone was throwing contraband. But it was muscle memory. I remember every single speed bump and pothole that's been there for, ever since.
No, I know Maimai's on that list because I think there's so many different other issues with Maimai, right? Other than just the actual road itself, the terrain is a problem. So yeah, I do know for sure that that's on someone's list.
Okay. You good, Bree?
Yes.
We're good. Anything else, Mayor? Anything controversial that we forgot that you'd need to mention?
Viva Republicans.
Oh yeah, let me ask you about that. So because we're getting,
I don't know anything about it. All I know is okay, go ahead.
Because I know you're Republican, and I'm pretty sure you saw the whole caucus and what's a nice way to put it? Because Senator Duenas is here. The volleyball rotation of the the minority in the legislature. What was your take on that, Mayor Alig?
I was caught by surprise, but you know what? I'm hoping that these fine gentlemen and ladies are doing it for the good of the people. I'm sure they are. Let's hope they are. But yeah, I was shocked by it, and but at the end of the day, we all serve the people. So hopefully, that's the main reason for this change.
All right. Well, there you go. Very nicely put, to not hurt anyone's feelings. I hope they're for the people. There, okay.
Some things have changed, Chris.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
All right.
Have a good week.
Oh, yes, sir. And as you can see, we do have the new minority leader, Senator Chris Duenas, standing by in the KUAM News Zoom room. But we're going to take a quick break and think of some tough questions, and we'll be back with the new minority. I'm just kidding, Senator. We're going to be back with the new minority